It was April Fool's Day when my boyfriend's female best friend shoved a piece of paper into my hands, daring me to read it aloud for the livestream. In my past life, to keep the peace, I swallowed my pride and read the vicious words, I, Harriet, will lose my hair, my skin will rot, and I will become a monster. My little sister will be dragged into an alley and violated. My parents' bistro will serve poisoned food, killing a customer and ruining our family. That very night, every single one of Bernice's sick, twisted curses came true. My sister was assaulted in a dark alley. She jumped off her high school roof. My parents' viral farm-to-table bistro was shut down after a man died from eating their food. They were thrown in prison. My face broke out in weeping, rotting sores, making me the target of relentless internet bullying. Meanwhile, Bernice won a $10 million lottery. She took over my influencer account with its millions of followers. She married my boyfriend. I swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills, choking on a grief too heavy for one lifetime. Then I opened my eyes. The blinding ring light, the camera, the exact same April Fool's Day. Bernice was staring at me. A sickeningly sweet smile plastered across her face. Harriet, come on, don't be a buzzkill. Are you brave enough to play the prank stream or not? I let out a low, breathy laugh. Oh, I'll play. I'm just worried you don't have the stomach for it. Here, read this. Bernice's smile didn't reach her eyes as she thrust the folded slip of paper toward me. I didn't take it. I just sat back, smiling right back at her. If it's a game, it's no fun if I'm the only one playing, I said. Let me write a slip for you too. We'll read them to each other. Bernice blinked, her hand faltering. She let out a dry, nervous laugh. Oh, let's just stick to you. Today is about pranking you. I'm just the host. I mirrored her usual passive-aggressive, baby voice cadence. Bernice, don't tell me you're scared? Our fearless internet bad girl suddenly backing down. A few of Corey's frat brothers were lounging on the sofa behind us. One of them snorted, damn, Harriet, chill out. Bernice is practically one of the guys. There's nothing she won't do for a laugh. My boyfriend Corey flushed a deep crimson. He kicked his friend's shin under the table, hissing, watch your mouth on the livestream, man. He shifted entirely, angling his broad shoulders to physically shield Bernice from me. Just play the game, Harriet. What are you so afraid of? He coaxed. Then he glanced back at Bernice, his voice softening. Don't worry, B. I've got your back. With Corey defending her, Bernice's spine stiffened. She puffed out her chest, suddenly emboldened. Who's scared? You first, Harriet. Read it. In those few minutes of tension, the viewer count on my livestream had skyrocketed to 200,000. The chat was a blur of rapid-fire text, demanding action. I looked down, slowly unfolding the paper in my hands. It was the exact same wording. When I didn't speak, Bernice sneered. Read it, Harriet. What? Did you freeze? If you can't take a joke, you have to get on your knees and call me mommy on camera. The peanut gallery on the sofa erupted into hoots and applause. Read it. Read it. Call her mommy. Corey nudged my arm, irritated. Harriet, stop stalling. Just read the damn thing. You're ruining the vibe. The chat was a relentless wave of peer pressure. Is the host a sore loser? If you can't play, log off. Just read it, OMG, so annoying. I held the paper up to the camera and read it. I, Harriet, will lose my hair, my skin will rot, and I will become a monster. My little sister will be dragged into an alley and violated. My parents' bistro will serve poisoned food, killing a customer, and ruining my family. The living room went dead silent for seconds. Then, one of the guys slow clapped. Holy shit, that is brutal. Bernice, your brain is a dark place. Top-tier content right there. Corey laughed. He reached over and playfully snapped the bra strap visible beneath Bernice's oversized flannel. You're toxic as hell for that one. he joked. Bernice covered her mouth, giggling uncontrollably. Wow, Harriet, I can't believe you actually read it. Aren't you worried putting that out into the universe will make it come true? I kept my breathing steady. I grabbed a sticky note, grabbed a Sharpie, and scrawled a single sentence. I slid it across the glass coffee table, stopping right in front of Bernice. My turn is over. Yours now. Read it. The smug smile slid right off Bernice's face. She tucked her hands into her sleeves, refusing to touch the bright yellow square. Her eyes darted around the room, and suddenly she swayed in her chair. Ugh. God, I'm so dizzy. My blood sugar is crashing again. Let's just wrap the stream here. We'll do part 2 another day. She reached for the mouse to end the broadcast. I clamped my hand over her wrist. You're the one who begged to play, I said. And now your blood sugar is low? 200,000 people are watching. I leaned in. You've been trying to build your own channel for months. If you back out of a dare on a live feed, how are you ever going to make it in this industry? Nobody likes a flake. Bernice whipped her head around, glaring at me with pure, unadulterated venom. Now, I was calling her out in front of 500,000 eyeballs. She was practically vibrating with rage. One of the frat boys jumped to her defense. Harriet, you're being a bitch. She said she feels sick. Why are you forcing it? It's just a game. Drop it. Another chimed in. Seriously. Zero empathy. No wonder Corey says you're exhausting to date. Bolstered by her audience, Bernice let her legs give out. She collapsed neatly against Corey's chest. Corey, my head is spinning. I can't breathe. Can you help me up? Corey immediately wrapped a protective arm around her waist. He turned his head and barked at me. So you have some internet followers, who cares? Stop acting like you're better than everyone. He stood up, hoisting Bernice with him. I'm taking Bernice home. Sit here and think about how you're acting. He began half carrying her toward the door. I stood up, taking one massive stride to block the entryway. I held the yellow sticky note right at Bernice's eye level. My voice was ice. It's one sentence. Read it and you can walk out that door. Otherwise, I have every reason to believe you're using this prank as a cover to actually wish death upon my family. Everyone in the room stared at me like I belonged in a psych ward. Are you psychotic? There's a limit to being a jealous girlfriend? Cursing your family? What is this, a CW teen drama? I stood in the doorway, an immovable object. Bernice, just read the damn thing so we can leave. Placate the crazy lady. She shot me a look of pure hatred, snatched the sticky note, and scanned it. The color drained from her face, leaving her a sickly ashen gray. Her hand trembled violently. Jesus, Harriet, your handwriting is atrocious. I'm too dizzy to even focus on this. I'm not reading it. She moved to crumple it up. I grabbed my phone from the tripod and shoved the camera lens inches from her face. Can't read it? Want me to have 200,000 people decipher it for you? Bernice, if you don't read this right now, the second anything happens to my family, the police will be knocking on your door. And my entire comment section will be the witnesses. Bernice ground her teeth. Her jaw locked. She took a shallow, shaky breath and read the words. Whatever misfortune befalls Harriet's family, it will rebound onto me. 10 times worse. The room erupted. Corey's friends exploded, yelling over each other. Harriet, you are a toxic, vindictive bitch. Wishing karma on her? That is so dark. What the fuck is wrong with you? A sharp, humorless laugh tore its way out of my throat. 5 minutes ago, she wished rape and death on my family, and you all sat there clapping like seals. I swept my gaze over the room of hypocrites, letting it land squarely on Corey. But when I simply hand the exact same energy back to her, suddenly I'm the dark, vindictive one. The double standards in this room are suffocating. Corey's face went dark. He stepped forward and shoved me hard in the chest. Enough, Harriet. I never realized how utterly ugly you are on the inside. My back slammed against the entryway console table. A cold smile pulled up my lips. You just realized? Perfect. We're done. We're breaking up. The air was sucked out of the room. Bernice's head snapped up. Oh my God, stop. This is my fault. You guys are talking about getting engaged. Don't break up over me. I rolled my eyes. Save the acting, Bernice. Your lips are about to tear from smiling so hard. Harriet, watch your tone. What did Bernice ever do to you? Corey reached out to grab my arm. I slapped his hand away with a resounding smack. I walked out and slammed the door behind me. I practically sprinted through the parking garage. I threw myself into the driver's seat of my SUV. There was no room for heartbreak. I needed to move, but I wasn't leaving my family's survival up to mystical karma. I fumbled for my phone and dialed my younger sister, Sophie. She was a sophomore at a prestigious boarding school on the edge of the city. It rang forever. Finally, a hushed voice answered. Harriet, I'm in study hall. Soph, listen to me very carefully. No matter what happens today, you are not to step foot off campus. Do you understand me? You don't leave the gates. She was startled by my intensity. Why? It's the weekend. I don't have afternoon classes. Don't ask questions. I snapped. I don't have time to explain, but I would never hurt you. Stay on campus. Do not go anywhere. Half the weight lifted from my chest. I threw the car into drive and hit the gas. I pulled up to my parents' trendy downtown bistro. It was the peak of the lunch rush. There was a line out the door. I stormed past the hostess stand, grabbed the microphone from the manager, and hit the PA system. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry. We have an emergency situation. We are closing immediately. Please evacuate the dining room. The customers stared at me. Then the uproar began. Are you kidding me? We waited an hour for a table. What kind of management is this? My parents rushed out of the kitchen, their faces pale with shock. They grabbed my arms. Harriet, have you lost your mind? It's the lunch rush. You know how much money we're losing? My dad hissed. My knees gave out. I dropped to the floor right there in the entryway. Mom, Dad, I'm not crazy. I'm begging you, close the doors right now. Sweetheart, what's wrong? Talk to us. I pulled them close. Dad, I got a tip. The health department is doing unannounced sting operations today. They're looking for any excuse to shut places down, arresting owners on the spot for code violations. My dad's face tightened. Close the restaurant. We need to scrub this place top to bottom, but more importantly the walk-in freezer. Every single piece of inventory in the back alley needs to go into the dumpster. Do not save a single ounce. But in my past life someone had eaten something toxic and died. I wasn't taking a single gamble. Okay, Harriet, we'll lock up. For the next 2 hours, I was a woman possessed. I stood by the loading dock, personally overseeing the kitchen staff as they hurled every side of beef, every crate of organic produce, every tub of prep into the industrial trash compactor. My mom untied her apron. She gave my shoulder a gentle squeeze. Take a breath, honey. Par for the course when you own a business. She pulled her phone from her pocket. You know, your sister is really growing up. Mother's Day was weeks ago, but she insisted on getting me a late present. I froze. I stretched my neck to look at the screen. It was a photo of Sophie. She was holding a little pink bakery box, standing at the entrance of a dark graffiti-lined alley, smiling. The blood in my veins turned to ice. I grabbed my mom's forearm. My voice cracked. When did she post this? Just now. Maybe 10 minutes ago? The world tilted on its axis. This was the alley. The exact alley where, in my past life, a group of men had done terrible things to her. In my first life, the police report had burned the details into my brain. A delivery van. 3 men high on pills. A pink pastry box found crushed in the gutter. My hand shook so violently I nearly dropped the phone. Call her, I whispered. What? Call Sophie right now. My mother flinched at the sheer panic in my voice. She immediately hit the call button. No answer. Again. Straight to voicemail. The world around me narrowed into a pinpoint. I snatched my keys and bolted for the car. Harriet, my dad shouted behind me. Where are you going? I was already peeling out of the alley behind the restaurant. The entire drive, I was shaking so hard my teeth rattled. My mind replayed fragments from my past life like a torture reel. Sophie's broken body. My mother screaming in the courthouse hallway. The anonymous internet comments. No wonder the girl killed herself. That whole family is cursed. Disgusting genetics. No, I muttered through clenched teeth. Not again. Not this time. My phone rang through the SUV speakers. Unknown number. I answered instantly. Sophie? Instead, Bernice's syrupy voice floated through the line. Wow. You really know how to ruin a party. A chill crawled up my spine. How did you get this number? Oh please, Harriet. Corey practically has your entire life synced to his phone. Her tone sharpened. You embarrassed me in front of everyone. I gripped the wheel tighter. Where's my sister? Silence. Then a soft laugh. You know what your problem is? You always act like you're smarter than everyone else. Every nerve in my body screamed. Bernice. Another pause. Then. You should really check your DMs. The line disconnected. I nearly drove onto the curb grabbing my second phone from the passenger seat. Instagram. Thousands of notifications. At the very top sat a direct message from an anonymous burner account. It was a photo. Sophie. Crying. A man's hand gripping the back of her school blazer. Timestamp, 2 minutes ago. My stomach turned inside out. Beneath the image was a single message. You should have just read the paper and stayed quiet. For one horrifying second, I couldn't breathe. Then something clicked into place in my mind. This wasn't magic. This wasn't karma. Bernice had planned everything. The curse only came true because she had orchestrated it. My sister's assault. The poisoned food. My ruined face. Every single thing. Not supernatural. Premeditated. I slammed the brakes so hard the SUV screeched across the intersection. People honked furiously behind me, but I barely heard them. Think. In my past life, Sophie's attack happened at 4:12 p.m. I looked at the dashboard clock. 4:03. 9 minutes. I whipped the steering wheel hard right and sped toward the alley shortcut near the Arts District. My phone rang again. This time it was Sophie. I answered so fast I almost dropped it. Sophie. She was sobbing. Harriet, there's these guys. Listen to me carefully. Are you still near the bakery? Yes, I. Run into the shop. Now. Get around people. Lock yourself in the bathroom if you have to. Behind her, male voices shouted. There she is. My vision went red. Sophie, run. The line erupted into screams and pounding footsteps. Then disconnected. No. I floored the accelerator. The alley came into view. And just like my nightmare. A white delivery van. 3 men. One of them grabbing at a girl in a boarding school uniform. I didn't think. I hit the gas harder. The SUV roared into the alley at full speed. The headlights exploded across the brick walls. The men turned too late. 2 jumped aside. 1 didn't. The bumper caught him with a sickening crunch and hurled him across the pavement. The other 2 screamed curses and bolted. I threw the car into park before it fully stopped moving. Sophie. She collapsed into my arms the second I reached her, shaking so hard her teeth chattered. They tried. I know, I whispered, crushing her against my chest. I know. You're safe. Sirens wailed in the distance. Someone from the bakery must have called the police. Good. Very, very good. Because this time I wasn't letting anyone escape. My hands trembled as I pulled away from Sophie. Did you see their faces? She nodded weakly. One of the men groaned from where he'd landed near the dumpster. And then my blood froze. Because I recognized him. He wasn't random. He was one of Corey's fraternity brothers. The same one who had called me a bitch in the livestream. The same one who kept defending Bernice. My stomach dropped. This went deeper than I imagined. Far deeper. And suddenly, I understood why Bernice looked terrified when she read my note aloud. Because for the first time, she realized I remembered everything. The police arrived in a flood of flashing red and blue lights. Officers swarmed the alley. Sophie clung to me so tightly my coat sleeve was soaked with her tears. Meanwhile, the frat boy on the pavement screamed about his leg while paramedics restrained him onto a stretcher. And the second one officer asked for names. I gave them everything. Every fraternity member from the livestream. Every screenshot. Every timestamp. Every suspicious coincidence from my previous life. The anonymous DM. The burner account. The van. The coordinated timing. I watched the color drain from the injured frat boy's face as detectives confiscated his phone. Then I saw it. Pure panic. Not confusion. Not innocence. Guilt. Cold, hard guilt. Good. I wanted them terrified. Because in my last life, fear had devoured my family piece by piece while these people laughed behind ring lights and cocktail glasses. This time, I would be the one smiling. The internet exploded before midnight. The livestream clips went viral first. Bernice cackling while reading rape jokes. Corey defending her. The frat boys cheering. Then came the second wave. Influencer's sister targeted hours after disturbing livestream. The public connected the dots immediately. Especially after anonymous users started leaking screenshots from private fraternity group chats. I recognized the usernames instantly. They were sloppy. Arrogant. They thought they were untouchable. One message read. Bernice is insane bro loudly crying face she actually got Harriet to say the curse thing again. Another. Did the little sister errand get handled? And finally. Corey better lock Harriet down before she ruins everything. Ruins what? That question spread across every platform like wildfire. Within hours, internet detectives dug up everything. The frat boys' criminal records. Past assault accusations buried by daddy's lawyers. Bernice's old tweets glorifying manifestation rituals. Even a years-old vlog where she laughed about speaking bad luck into existence. People were horrified. But I wasn't done. Not even close. At 2 a.m., Corey showed up outside my apartment pounding on the door. Harriet. Open the fucking door. I checked the peephole. His eyes were bloodshot. Hair disheveled. Panic all over his face. I opened the door just enough to look at him. You have 30 seconds. He shoved a hand through the gap before I could close it. Please tell me you didn't go to the cops saying insane shit about Bernice. I stared at him. Then slowly smiled. Why? His throat bobbed. You don't understand how bad this is getting. I tilted my head. No. I understand perfectly. He lowered his voice. Those screenshots leaking online? Someone is targeting us. Us. Not me. Not you. Us. Interesting. I folded my arms. You mean the same way someone targeted my sister? His face tightened. Harriet, nobody wanted that to happen. But somebody planned it. Silence. A fatal silence. I stepped closer. You knew. His eyes flickered. There it was. Confirmation. Not surprise. Not outrage. Recognition. My voice dropped to a whisper. How long have you all been doing this? Harriet. How many girls? His composure cracked. Keep your voice down. I laughed. Actually laughed. Then I grabbed my phone and hit play. His own voice filled the hallway. Because during the livestream chaos earlier, I had secretly recorded everything after the cameras officially cut. Including this. Bernice, this is going too far. And her reply. Relax. It worked last time. Corey lunged for the phone. Too slow. I stepped back. His face went gray. You recorded us? Smile for the camera, Corey. I lifted the phone slightly. The tiny red livestream icon reflected in his widening eyes. 8.2 million viewers. I had gone live the second he started banging on my door. The comment section was moving so fast it looked like static. Oh my God. He knew. She said last time. Call the FBI. Lock them up. Corey stumbled backward like he'd been shot. Harriet, turn it off. I gave him the same soft, mocking tone Bernice always used on me. What? Can't take a joke? Then I slammed the door in his face. The arrest started 48 hours later. One frat boy flipped immediately. Turns out rich boys become very cooperative when facing conspiracy, assault, attempted kidnapping, and manslaughter charges. Manslaughter. Because investigators reopened the restaurant death from my previous life. And suddenly the evidence looked very different. The food poisoning victim had traces of industrial chemicals in his bloodstream. Chemicals never used in my parents' kitchen. But chemicals found in the maintenance shed behind Corey's fraternity house. Once detectives dug deeper, the whole rotten structure collapsed. Bernice had orchestrated pranks for years. Humiliation rituals. Blackmail. Drugging girls at parties. Filming. Breakdowns for content. She called it social engineering. Testing people. Punishing people. Controlling outcomes. And when she realized I threatened her control, she escalated. The most satisfying part came 3 months later. Bernice went live one final time. Not by choice. Court ordered. A public statement before sentencing. She sat at a folding table wearing an orange jail uniform, all her beauty stripped away by fluorescent lighting and sleepless nights. No filters. No edits. No Corey. No audience worshipping her. Just cameras. Reporters. And consequences. Her hands shook violently as she read the statement her lawyer prepared. I take full responsibility. The internet mocked her mercilessly. Memes flooded every platform within minutes. The girl who weaponized humiliation had become the humiliation. Poetic. But I still wasn't finished. Because revenge wasn't just destruction. It was replacement. So while Bernice rotted in courtrooms and Corey's family hemorrhaged money on legal defense, I rebuilt everything they stole from me. My parents reopened the bistro bigger than before. Lines wrapped around the block daily after the public learned the truth. Sophie healed slowly, but she healed. And me? I took back my platform. Except this time, I stopped selling curated perfection. I exposed predators. Manipulators. Fake influencers hiding cruelty behind aesthetics. Millions followed. Not because they pitied me. Because they were afraid of me. As they should be. And on the anniversary of that livestream, I posted one final video. No makeup. No music. No editing. Just me staring directly into the camera. Then I smiled softly and said, "Careful what curses you throw into the world. Sometimes they come home."